Okay, then. See how this one goes, won't we? Still a bit too hot. Still a bit too hot. All right. This is, of course, an unfamiliar run. So we'll be walking in a little bit blind. I don't actually have much to add. I'm excited. So let's see what we got. Ooh. Yeah, no men. Just set myself up. All right. History maker. What are you doing here? All right, so same options. Except for also custom. What is custom? Oh, hello. Turn off the store. Initial equipment. Allow permanent death. Okay. This is good. Oh, yeah. No, this is good. This is positive territory immediately. 5 seconds in. Look at that. So, running down the list, we can toggle hunger, thirst, temperature, oxygen, crush depth. Underwater bases require reinforcement. Crafting requires resources. Crafting requires blueprints. Technology requires power. Story. Initial equipment. Allow permadeath. Oxygen alerts. Hunger alerts. Thirst alerts. Temperature alerts. Organic oxygen sources. Weather effects. Vegetarian diet. Cannot eat animals for nourishment. How long a day is. How long a night is. Frequency of bad weather, damage multiplier, vehicle multiplier, predator multiplier, creature multiplier, hostile multiplier, pizza. These are good. I'm already liking this. But we're actually going to be really boring and vanilla, and we're going to do survival. Yeah, for some reason you could turn off the story. I'm not sure why you do that, but, you know, it's whatever. A little bit different looking ship than the last one we had. I mean, I enjoy a good swim, but, you know, we have an interesting loading screen.
This is the farthest that I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this?
Space bucks?
The research is in everything.
It is to me. And Sam. I need to know what happened.
The meteor storm.
I can use it for cover from Altair's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
So we have a voice actress, which was spoiled for me yesterday.
Approaching 45-46 feet. Surface temperature is drop pod deployed.
And we're dead. Real talk, if you can kick open your door with your bare leg, you've got some structural problems with your construction. So.
Welcome to 45-46 feet. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, using the meteor storm as cover was actually pretty smart. Give you that. Take the nutrient block. I noticed temperature is front and center this time around. In fact, yeah, temperature is primary. Look at the HUD change. You can't see my mouse, but look in the lower left. We got, you know, health, food, water, oxygen, temperature. So I can see where the focus is being shifted. I'm curious of something. Looks... Okay, so one other thing that's already better, and might remove a negative from the previous game, it looks like we can just decide to be in custom game mode, which will probably disable achievements, but the fact that we can change our game mode on the fly, whereas in the first game you had to start all over, that's good. I've only played 2 of them, Pika, so I have no idea. We've also got a highlight around items, which is interesting. Here, put that away, put that away. It's not even an obnoxious... By the way, you can also change the color of that highlight if you want to.
New blueprint synthesized.
Starting a little more action-y than last time. We do have pause on purpose. Strong opening. We've got a motivation for being here. We know that we're here trying to hide from Altera, which by itself tells us we're probably here after the previous game. Like, by that fact alone, this is probably a sequel. Around here. Temperature is becoming a problem very quickly. My goodness. Look at our screen. That's 3 indicators that we're getting cold, by the way, if you're paying attention.
Holy smokes. That did not go as planned. I should find a way into the water and get to the drop pod.
Oh yes, and obviously Ashley is obvious. Hey, Goldberg. That's what I thought. Chat. When did chat stop appearing on screen? There we go. Just a quick reboot. Thank you for pointing that out. Well, we're finally playing that Ashley game we all always wanted. So you'd think the water would be colder. But it's warmer. We're animated better. Like, the animation on the previous dude was actually really stiff and unnatural. Probably for obvious reasons, really. Come back, I need to eat you! Yes, yes, I'm going to eat you. Or I'm going to filter water through you. I'm not sure which yet. This is the same planet. They mentioned the planet name earlier. I had to think about that for a second. And like I said, it probably happens after because Altera obviously is here. I noticed that oxygen takes over for temperature underwater. Fascinating HUD design. Good, good emphasis. Start grabbing some resources because I imagine we'll need them. Oh! Oh, wow. Okay. So that's a thing. I guess snowstorms are going to be something I have to worry about. Cute. Cute. That's actually kind of terrifying. Remember we were talking about imagine if in Subnautica you could hide out from a hurricane down here. Well, that's blinding. You don't want to use your eyes today, right? Like, that's just... Okay, cool. I mean, it should, Judo Joker. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. You were right. You were right. Okay, well, I guess this is our base.
Oxygen.
Let's hope it's got oxygen. It does.
Down the drop
Okay.
pod.
Wow, this is a terrible freaking... What is
I
this?
want to offer my sincerest condolences on the passing of your sister. I got to know Sam better towards the end of my mandate with Altera on 4546B.
Mandate?
When we were thrown together as basemates at Outpost Zero. She spoke often and fondly of you. I thought you should know, it didn't sit right with me when Altera blamed Sam's death on negligence. The Samantha Ayu I met was many things. Kind, clever, devoted to her work, but never negligent. I wish I could offer you something more substantial, but my access to information has been cut off. You may be in a better position to look into things than I am. If you're able to, Delta Station was our HQ. They were in a big hurry to leave, and there might still be information to be found there. It has a big radio tower, impossible to miss. I hope you find the answers you seek. Lillian Bench.
No, I wanted to listen first, Crazy
I
Horse.
guess I might as well gather some tools and resources before starting my search. Hope that radio tower's as easy to spot as Lil said.
Goddamn peepers! Come here!
New creature discovered.
I mean, Altera was always kind of horrible. No, you couldn't, Blade Taval. In fact, it's one of the reasons that ended up not being a positive. So, hang on. Hang on. So, let's jot down some thoughts really quick here. So, I mean, it is a bit story heavy, but I mean, you know, I do like the new peepers. You notice we are also once again starting in a beautiful, gorgeous, close to the surface, bright, safe, shallow. So that's probably going to be a positive for the same reason it was last time. Oh my God, Bregman. Okay, so we got the intro. Yep, 15 pluses for the peepers. Don't have a map this time. Don't have anything this time. Oh, before we go any further, sorry. I don't want to say shoutouts and thank you to several people. But I don't know who our majority shareholder is or who put this game on first, because this is actually one of our old games. This was funded a very long time ago. In fact, I think some of these people have stopped watching me since then. So I do want to say shoutouts and thank you to Shenny Zaga, Sinister Wing 25, Dance Yourself, Casol Zhao, Frieza 2000, Mr. Red. I'm lying. I'm not thinking Mr. Red. I'm just amused. Jordan T. Hurt, Innocence, Once Upon a Time. Excuse me. Upon a Time. Stop autocorrecting, Laura. The Count, Ice Tray, Bragwin, Nerd Factor, Disc Milk, and Tazara. Thank you, all of you, very much for your support, for making this run happen. I hope it's a good game. I mean, I like the last one. 100 plus score is nothing to sneeze at. Hi, Storm Chucker. Welcome from YouTube. Oh god, another storm. I know it's not that bad. It's just foggy. God, I can barely see the shore. Look at that. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh my god. Okay. Is it sad when I feel safer down here than up there? Jesus. Okay, so let's grab some food.
New creature discovered.
Let's grab some food. What we got in our inventory? There's our inventory. We got a couple of things. Nothing too shabby. Let's go ahead and have some food. Water fills up nicely. I can't talk. You notice, in addition to having a new model, the peepers have a new skeleton, aka an animation skeleton. Probably related to the fact that we have a new skeleton, too. I don't even see our shadow anymore. Oh god, we're a vampire. Oh, there we are. Okay. We also have built-in solar panels. That's interesting. God, we do not have a lot of oxygen at first. Holy cruelly. Which ones, Melicor? There are a couple. So, let's see what we got in the storage. Nothing! Cool, let's dump off these flares. Because notice our starting storage is actually a bit bigger than the one we had last time, so that's cool. Let's check the fabricator. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We can make batteries take different things. Otherwise, that's all the same. There's cured food, there's water. Obviously. That's true, Crazy Norse. That's fair. Good point, Flagant. Plus to story, magic doors. So we need a battery. We need a battery. But first we need to write down a interest. Yes, City and Origins are a block, and then there's Asylum, which is by itself. No, I'm not baking it in. So don't ask me to. But I will put it towards City Origins. You got it. Yeah, so we've got battery for that. We've got fiber for that. Compass a lot earlier. Didn't it take a while to get the compass last time? I mean, a few hours. Good tea today. Good tea. This is the roasted daffodil, which I swear, I don't know what they do to it, but it tastes substantially different than just daffodil tea. That's right, Mike. That was one of our early magnetite bottlenecks. So we need, excuse me, we need these things, which we can't loot. Okay. Hello, Eva. Welcome to that. Oh god, it's about to be nighttime. Okay, okay. I'm gonna huddle in the corner and cry until it's daytime. It's okay. As with last time, there is some luminescence to the shallows. Remember, I've said it before, the shallows was one of the best designed aspects of the first game. It's not like the first game, you know, had terrible zones, but god, the shallows were really well designed. Okay, so I want a lot of things, actually. Okay, so first thing, I need a knife. First, rubber. Yeah, look at this. This is nighttime in these shallows. This is much brighter than the other shallows. Holy crap. This is crazy. I mean, yeah. Again, can't even see the shore. I can see plenty far under here. Alright, so. Yeah, gotta get this. We gotta get the emergency knife. Very important. Holy crap. Okay, so I need rubber and mesh, and I don't think I can. I might be able to get it. Let's sit over here. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's get some air. And let's try to get some rubber and possibly mesh. I think we need a knife for mesh, but I think we can get rubber if we get lucky. Not. What in God's name is that? That is an oxygen plant. Interesting. That looks a lot like a nest.
Oxygen.
Another fog front. Good lord, this place. I've decided I don't want to live here anymore. I don't even know what those things are. They remind me a little bit too much of warpers, but they're in the shallows, so they're probably safe. I told you about the janitor thing, Evo. You probably weren't here for that. I was even telling my mother today, I was like, yeah, I was playing a game where you play as a janitor. And we just chatted about that for a minute. Hey, Turbox1. I'm not sure why you're a sheep. Do you want to be a sheep? Is it okay that you're a sheep?
Oxygen.
I mean, we here at the Lore Walkers are taller than a sheep. We're cool. Alright, so we've got... We're actually doing decently on resources. Holy crap. But yes, no men. We're at no men status. I am walking in very blind into this game. Like, super duper blind. So yes, we are playing as Ashley. Which I know very little about. Other than the fact that her name is not Ashley and I don't care. Because it's Ashley! It's Ashley! Yeah, that's like Viscera cleanup detail, I believe, Flagand. Either way, thank you, Turwox1. Always appreciate those. Yeah, Ashley Williams from Mass Effect. I don't actually remember her name, but it's clearly her. Yeah, no men... So, okay, some of you, and by that I mean probably most of you, exactly, Chemic. Most of you probably were not present for the no men thing, because that was actually a long time ago. That was several years ago. So, a long time ago, we were getting ready for... We were doing the original Dragon Age stream. It was just a regular stream. You know, kind of lore running, not really. And as we were going through, several people kept talking about Dragon Age Inquisition. Now, I have two distinctions for the sake of clarity. There's mentioning, and then there's spoiling, right? Now, you might think, what's the distinction? Well, if I say it was his sled, then that's a spoiler. But if I say something like, oh man, I can't wait till you see such and such, or, oh, you're in the whatcha-fig zone, or, oh, he's about to see the thing, like just little stuff like that. Mentioning can still reduce the overall enjoyment of a work, because it's really easy to put two and two together when you mention things, and it kind of adds a little bit of a predisposition, a prejudgment, if you will, when you go into it. This is true for movies, books, games, even music, YouTube videos, for God's sakes. So, yeah, exactly, Kira White Noise. So that's mentioning. So during the Dragon Age run, we were actually going through Awakening specifically. I typed up, I got the text up here, like this, a little more professionally formatted nowadays. But I typed up, no mentioning Inquisition, please. However, the text was formatted a little bit wrong. So the font was like, I don't know, like 500 size font. So instead of saying no mentioning Inquisition, please, the only part of it that was on the screen, was no men in gigantic letters. And it sort of became a meme after that. I broke down laughing. Because it's just imagine you walk in on a Dragon Age stream, no men, just completely covering the entire screen. That's what no men means. And that's also why I go out of my way to clarify it periodically, because it is good shorthand for no mentioning. And it's funny. You gotta have your funny. You gotta have your funny. If you don't have your funny, what do you have? I mean, I'd read the books, Venters. It was a lore run, dude. Thank you, History Maker. Always appreciate that support. Muchly. Thank you. Now remember, we're currently in the plural voting system, so if you want to put that towards up to 2 other things, you are more than welcome to. You don't have to, though. Inquisition had come out like the week before. That was pretty much our normal... It's actually still our normal policy, is to not stream a game the day it comes out, but usually about a week after it comes out for stuff like that. We did that with Elden Ring last year as another example of that. Excuse me. So. Yeah. Well, there's two big reasons, Yura. First is what Kira White Noise just said. Patching. So this applies a little bit more to PC games than other games, but got to get those day one patches in, which are extraordinarily common nowadays. But the second reason... I'm gonna go back where it's safe. The second reason is because it's basically a trade-off, right? Do you want to strike while the anvil is hot, get right in and try to be part of that initial crowd, or do you want people who want to see your reaction to the game have a chance to play the game themselves and have a chance to let the situation settle a little bit, and then go ahead and do it? And the general approach is that the latter works in almost every case. Ignore the obvious patch reasons. Allowing people a chance to either play the game or go through the game, or allowing that initial buzz and flow to settle down, tends to work out better. I'm not much of a strike while the iron's hot kind of a guy. That's never been my approach to the show professionally, and that's very deliberate and on purpose. I prefer to come in well after the anvil's cooled to really look at it and be a little bit more analytical and careful in my consideration. Also helps for things like walkthroughs, cheats, or mods, as the case might be. Like, yeah, and that's another thing. Y'all are amazing, really, and I do appreciate all of you. But I am a tiny, tiny nobody on the internet. If I tried to compete for clicks on a day of thing, I am throwing myself into a giant pool of people who are much bigger than me. And unlike Krennic, I know I'm a tiny little minnow. Yeah, Endwalker was another example of a similar situation. So, bottom line, a lot of reasons. Hello, Peeper. Come here so I can eat you. Okay. What's the difference between a review stream and a premiere run? You know what? Good question, Proaxle. So let's actually rewind a little bit. Some of you may or may not be aware of the fact that back in the day, I would label all of my streams, oh god, it's snowing, or review stream, or sorry, classic run. There was classic runs, and there was premiere runs. Now, most people didn't care about that distinction, and that's fine. That was there for the people who do care about that distinction. What's the distinction? What review is going to be more thorough and more accurate? A review of a game I've never played before, or a review of a game I know extraordinarily well? Now, the idea here is that this one is. So I labeled it classic, specifically to say this is something that I am actually going to be able to go more in-depth on than I otherwise would, because I know the game better. Now, back during the Fallout streams, which is actually very recent, it's just a few months ago, it was pointed out that neither Premiere nor Classic really qualified for that. So after some feedback and some thought and some back and forth, we decided, all right, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and just label everything a review stream? So everything is now a review stream. However, we go ahead and label it separately on the actual review document. This, for example, will be an unfamiliar stream. We've got blind, which is when I know absolutely nothing. Unfamiliar, which is when I only have the basic precepts. Familiar, which is when I know the game at least a little bit well. And veteran. We haven't actually done a veteran run yet. A veteran run is exactly what it sounds like. I know the game inside and out. And that way you get a little bit more of a gradient on how familiar I am with the game when I review it. So this is an unfamiliar review. Unlike Evo, I'm very familiar with Evo. She's a wonderful woman. She's a great artist, and she thinks way too little of herself. Now, she said I can't bow. Now that bothers me a little bit, so I think I will go ahead and not bow, but I am going to mention that her birthday is tomorrow, so if everybody could wish her a happy birthday, I'd really appreciate it. I like this little corner of the internet too, History Maker. Sorry, let me go ahead and write down your earlier picks. You caught me in the middle of some discussinating, so let's see. We got the LTTP Rando and Starfield. And then from Evo, the Amazing. It was now 836. I'm proud of her. Just, most of my vampires don't make it that far, you know? So that's going to our Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, Dragon Age block, and Untitled Goose Game. Okay. Pull this over here so I can see a little bit better. There we go. There we go. The FF audit runs will be veteran runs. Yes, I know the FF series quite well at this point. And yeah, so someone earlier mentioned, I think it was actually you, Ross. Someone earlier mentioned that an audit run, excuse me, a veteran run is effectively a pseudo-lore run. Yeah. Anything I know well enough to call myself a vet of, we're absolutely going to be doing some lore running of, too, while we're there. Okay, so I still need... Yet. I still need fiber mesh and rubber. Look, you're doing a better job than any of my other vampires, Evo. So I'm proud of you. Like, Bregwin over there, immediately obvious she's a vampire. I would say that Ride to Hell Retribution would be a familiar run, not a veteran run. Subnautica was a familiar run, not a veteran run, for example. I know it decently well, but I don't know it that well. Like I said, we haven't done a vet run yet. And there's Turwalk's one. Damn it, Turwalk's one.
Ribbon plants contain electrolytic materials that can be used in energy storage.
Yeah, Earthbound. That's a veteran run. Got a big old mountain over there, too. Thank you again, Turwalk's one. Oblivion would absolutely count as a veteran run. Although we weren't using that terminology back then, but it would. I'll be playing Metroid Prime on the Switch. Absolutely, Daniel Dor. No question. In fact, I might actually wait until the other Primes come out on the Switch. Or the Switch 2. In order to do the Metroid block. I haven't decided on that yet. The Zelda block will be mostly vet. Some familiar. None of it will be unfamiliar. None of it will be blind, obviously. Undertale would be vet at this point. I know Undertale quite well. I had to. I made a theater about it. Do you have any plans to play through Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 at any point? No. So, here's the deal, Turwalk's one. First of all, and I mean absolutely no offense to anybody who loves Baldur's Gate, which I know is a lot of you. I can't stand playing those games. Playing those old CRPGs feels like someone is just very, very slowly running a razor knife down your gums the entire time I'm playing it. It's very frustrating. It's like a non-stop irritation for me. So I don't really enjoy going back and replaying those games. However, if you're familiar with this, we actually recently, just a few months ago, did a replay of Fallout 1 and 2, which had the exact same problem for me. The difference is that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 I have trouble even getting running. So the original PC ports, I can't get running without third-party software, which means it's automatically vetoed under our current rules. And the remasters are so broken and crash-heavy that I cannot play them at all. Literally cannot play. Because I can't do things like talk to NPCs. Of course, I'm being covered by the graphic. Hang on just a second. There we go. I can't talk to NPCs. I can't open my inventory. And I can't loot anything. Just to name 3 things off the top of my head that I can't do without crashing the game. So, that's the actual reason why those will never happen. Baldur's Gate 3, I think, is already funded, Narset. Also, if you want to put that towards something, Chihuahuan, please let me know. Do I think they'll remake the whole trilogy before 4? No, but I think they'll try. It depends on how much of a port or a remaster they do with the originals. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 has been funded for like 2 years at this point. You got it, Chihuahuan. Thank you again. And someone said I like the Baldur's Gate games. I like the Baldur's Gate's stories. Big difference. Big difference. Let's see. So Lola Moss is putting good for Dawn of War 2. If you want to put that towards something else, I would recommend it. That game is effectively funded. Spider-Man PS4 PC, and Dragon Age Block. And something else, if you want to. Thank you, Lola Moss. And Dusterly, a name I don't recognize. Thank you very, very much for the sub. Always appreciate those. Much appreciate. If you'd like to put that towards increasing interest in something, please let me know. Yeah, Mike's DK is quite correct. A veteran run and a lore run are functionally the same thing at this point. If it's a vet run, it's a lore run. It's a lore run. That's where we're at with that. It's one of the things we were talking about in Discord. You got it, Dusterly. Thank you. Space Marine 2. Done. It's one of the things we were talking about in Discord not too awful long ago. Planescape Torment. Someone is asking, do I recommend Planescape Torment? My answer was, I recommend watching Planescape Torment. See, on the one hand, I can't just say the gameplay of Planescape Torment is bad, because it actually isn't, because I have a freaking brain and understand that there's more to gameplay than combat. No offense to anybody who thinks that way. It's just, one of the things I've noticed a huge amount of people, and especially reviewers, is they tend to, when they say the word gameplay, what they mean is combat. That's what they actually are referring to. But gameplay is a much bigger animal than that. There's a lot of aspects of gameplay that have nothing to do with combat, even in a game with combat. And Planescape Torment actually has probably, I'd say, either the or the second best choice gameplay that I've ever seen in any game ever. The only other one that might be up there is Arcanum of Steamworks and Magicka Obscura. Wonderful gameplay on that. Quest design, branching flow, interlocking design with regards to the town. All of that stuff is aspects of gameplay. But the combat is terrible. Just, we'll be playing this, so there's only one remaster, Mockingbird, but we will be playing the remaster. Arcanum's combat is tolerable if you know what you're doing, and that's as good as it gets in Arcanum. I still prefer calling it Arcanum, but I'm trying to be better about it. Right. New plant. I knew there was actually a specific reason I came back here. I'm getting derailed by talking about old games. Okay, so we can make nothing. No. That's okay, whatever. Eventually we can turn it into a battery, though. That'll be useful. Oh yeah, I need to figure out how to play logs. But we've already heard all these logs, so none of those count.
Robin, guess what? I got the job. I'm going to 4546B. Now I'll be able to improve the mechanical avian amphibian under real-world stress conditions. Listen, I know your stance on Alterra, but I just hope you're happy your sis is happy. I sure hope my sis is happy. I can't wait till we talk again. Oh, I wanted to ask you something. Can you watch my Augie while I'm away? I need someone I can trust to look after my best little potato. Potato. Hato, listen. I tried, but that name is just not sticking. He's my little Oxtrabite. I'll leave the starchy tubers nicknames to you. Anyway, if you say yes, thanks, baby sis. Love you. "4546B to Robin. Come in, Robin." Remember when we used to play old-timey Space Explorer? This is kind of like that, but it's even harder to communicate. Well, let's see. I got your last message. Alterra is not, as you put it, all-terrorizing me. Things are going well. My project has a new name. Say goodbye to the mechanical avian amphibian, and hello to spy penguins. We're training the bots to mimic the creatures. Check out the photo. And I think I'm kinda seeing someone. I know it's not like me to just find a date, let alone on a mostly uninhabited water planet, but actually, you know what? Forget I said anything. Yeah, it's probably not even a real thing, but anyway, I'm sorry to hear XenoWorks might be strapped in the revenue department. Sounds like they still have you busy Xeno working, though. I know there's no way to guarantee an alien intelligence startup will succeed, but you've put so much into it. I hope they find a way to keep going. I know how much it means to you, getting to work at a small place where you have control over your research. All right, I gotta go. Later, baby sis. Love you.
I love the water effects. Look at that. That is heavy rain. Look at that. Oh, thank God there's no ice physics. Yeah, that's apparently... So we've seen rain, heavy rain, thunderstorm, hailstorm, and fog so far in the space of like 20 minutes. Oh, and lots of snow. I don't think it's stopped snowing since we've been here. We've also already established a decent amount of our personality and the personality of our sister. Interesting little side tidbit. Did you catch the... Yeah, it's terrifying. I've driven in this. That's not a joke, and that's not an exaggeration. I've driven in this. It's not fun. I have driven very slowly in that. No issues. No wrecks. Anyways. We've already established. We've already established that we are actually a researcher. We're just someone who prefers to have control over our research. Someone who prefers to be quiet and personal, rather than having to pay attention to a board or a corporation. Oh. I mean, I used to live in Colorado, up by Boulder, which isn't all that far up the Rockies, but it is at the base of the Rockies, which means, you know, snow. Dump the flare. Flares are usually worthless. You can tell I used to live in Colorado, because I call it that. And I never lived in Missouri, but a lot of people insisted I call it that, so I got used to that one pretty quick. Yeah, I just found an interesting stash, and I'm not sure how those work or how random those are, but interesting. Okay, so hang on. I mean, that's the other joke. Where do you live? Misery? No offense to anybody who lives in Missouri. But Missouri sucks. Alright, so, there's no scanner? And I suppose I might get a flashlight this time around.
All right, I have a scanner.
Nevada. Why would you call it Nevada? I'll be right back. Make sure I have some fresh water, which I pronounce water. I don't really know why. I also don't care.
In goes the battery and titanium, out comes a scanner. Every xenobiologist's favorite tool. This planet has some fascinating flora and fauna, and I can't wait to learn about them. This will also give me access to a greater tool set. I'm assuming Altera left behind tech that I can scan for blueprints. That should make surviving and exploring out here a bit easier. Don't worry, Sam. I haven't forgotten I'm here for you. But it can't hurt to do a little research on the side, right? I know you would have done the same. I will find out what happened to you. I promise.
Oxygen.
I was a little nervous about dropping into an unknown area, but luckily, this biome seems to have an abundance of minerals I can use for tools and upgrades. I didn't want another situation like Bazantos 5. When Xenoworks dropped me off, there were barely any resources. I survived off the land for 3 months with just a knife, my lucky PDA, and some rope. I am still kind of proud of that, though.
I mean... One very minor complaint I have about both this and Subnautica 1. I don't only have 5 hotkeys. I have way more than 5 tools.
Hey, Robin! I got your Augie photo. Thanks so much for taking care of him, even though he's a cranky Hey! The nickname actually fits that way. A cranky potato. I know he can be a handful, but I really appreciate it. I'm a bit worried about my other baby, the mission. One of my penguins found something big. But Altera is just like nothing to see here. Honestly, kind of glad you can't answer so you can't, rub it in my face. Go ahead, bask in the fact that you were a little bit right about them. My project is on the line. My job, my safety. I heard about Xenoworks getting bought. Sorry. But at least you still have your job. Guess you're one of us now. Like it or not, welcome to the Altera family. I should probably go before I say something I regret. Love you. Keep your chin up. Eye on the alien prize.
Okay, so can I chase after the dude now? Sea monkey. They're monkeys, and like all monkeys, are dicks. Or like dolphins, yeah, that's a great example. Ouch. Ooh, that's painful.
Some of the wildlife down here is very grabby. If I didn't know better, I'd say they're after my supplies.
Alright, mesh, which requires a knife, and the knife requires rubber, and I don't have either of those. Great. That's a good question, Evo, but I'm only like 10 minutes in. God, give me a break. See, this is why Evo is my most successful vampire. Because she's constantly trying to kill me. Vampires are just Sith. I don't know if I ever told you that. I mean, there's the battery plants. Oh yeah, dolphins are messed up. I legitimately recommend you don't look up what dolphins are and do. I don't think I'm gonna make this. Hey, Flippy Bob. You've seen more of this than I have. Although hopefully we'll surpass that soon. Hopefully today. I honestly didn't know that, History Maker. Oh yeah, that's where I want to go. I mean, I see there's an oxygen plant down there, but no, let's not. In fact, we've probably already roamed too far. Let's not. I actually am swimming in spirals, specifically, Crazy Norse. Like this.
Oxygen.
Aha! This is something I've been looking for a minute. Why is that not on the right button? Go over there.
Oxygen.
I mean, where do you think I got the idea for the vampire thing? Alright, so let's dump off a little bit of this while we're here. Just a bit. All that gold and silver, which we really looked out on. Okay, so I'm gonna need inventory space. That's what I'm gonna need. Right. Whole reason I came back. Well, that doesn't help.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Interesting. But I can see, which is what I wanted to do. Yeah, I saw that temperatures kind of go. Oh, we're just on the surface here. It's like over 100 degrees. Hopefully, well, no, Fahrenheit would still suck if we were 100 degrees. We've already seen a thunderstorm, Narset. Right. Those.
New blueprint synthesized.
I know, right, Sierra Mike? There's just so little visibility above ground. Probably on purpose. Probably to obfuscate, you know, just like they were... You remember that cloud effect on the mountain island? There's probably not a lot of actual distance above ground, and they're probably doing that to make sure you can't see everything. Just a little cleverer and a little better than the extremely obvious cloud cloak. Knife. I don't know, Evo, but based on the ending of the first game, I don't think so. Which I know isn't much to go on, but... Hey, DeQuack. Yep, there was another Skywalker all along. Spoilers. Her name's Rey. Alright, so... Now we go back to the Kelp. Yeah, so if you were paying attention during the ending of the first game, as you're zooming away, as, you know, circling the planet, you see this frozen area. Guessing that's where we are, just based on context, but really.
New blueprint synthesized.
Nope, I've got nothing for you to steal. There's nothing here. God, I feel like the monkeys are cops. No, I don't got nothing on me, officer. It was 1 trillion, I think. Direct E, something like that. Oh, wow. Well, whatever. Let's remove some of the tyranny of our oxygen.
Adding additional blueprints to your databank. New blueprint synthesized.
Now we've got a little bit more oxygen. A little bit. I didn't forget nothing. I'm being methodical, like. First we had to make, well, actually, first we had to make the knife, so the knife would give us access to the creep vine. Creep vine gives us access to the oxygen tank. Now we can move forward a little bit. Hmm. Sulfur. No, we didn't get sulfur till quite a ways in the first game, so I'm going to assume we get that a little bit earlier. Get that out of the way. By absolute luck, you're right. We can, in fact, make the compass now. You can get sulfur, not crystalline sulfur. I don't know if that's the same in this game. I'm just speaking from the original. Yeah, see? Crystalline sulfur. Come back here. Okay, we've got a bit of speed, we've got a bit of oxygen, we've got a bit of scanning. Yeah, there's this big mountain over there, which... And there's thunder. Okay. Oh yeah, good point. Cannot scan self. So I suppose the answer to your question is no, I have not scanned myself. Alright, so... a lot of things I could do now, actually. Let's go this way. I need to get up a scanner so I can get a map. I had a pretty good both mental map and, of course, actual online maps of the previous game. I have no idea where anything is anywhere in this game. Chance of copper. I don't remember that. But I'm probably stupid.
Oxygen.
Yeah. So, this would be about the moment I would say, I sure hope there's no Reapers in this one. But I don't want anyone in chat to be like, oh, you'll see, or whatever, so I'm just don't respond to that comment. I hope there's no Reapers in this one. End statement. Ugh. Damn it, Crazy Norse! Damn it, Mockingbirds! Oh yeah, speaking of penguins. Bird-like creature that hunts fish below the water, huddling in packs on the ice above. Consumes small prey fish and regurgitates them for its young. Retractable tail, less cuddly than they look. Dude.
Hey, Robin. I'm sorry my last message was so awful. I've been under a lot of stress. I'm not sure what's going on with anything. I can't really talk about it either. Oh, and I'm definitely not dating anyone on this water planet. Don't know what I was thinking there.
Aww.
Have I told you how cold it is here? Get this. I can't even get my wash and go dry before the wind freezes the moisturizer in my hair. Wild, right? Well, anyway, I'm sure you're mad at me after what I said, but I could really use a friend. You're my sister. I love you. I'm sorry.
What do I keep hearing? That's either Reefback or Cthulhu himself. It's one of the two, right?
All Terra supply cache nearby.
Interesting. Yeah, no, this is admittedly kind of terrifying. Just this right here. That's just the stream. It's not even chugging on OBS. Hi, Mr. Nuclear. I do like having a mental map of where I am and where I'm going and what to look for. Like that! But there actually was something else I was looking for first. I don't think I'm gonna find it again. That's okay. Where's my inventory at? Yeah, I got plenty of space. I got space. I got space. It's fine. Well, there was another monkey nest I found earlier before I had a scanner. So I suppose I was looking for a fragment. That's not a terrifying sight or anything. Just ice. Hate the biters. I mean, I don't feel stuck at all. I'm clearly being guided in this direction. So we'll see what we get over here. I don't know what the Titan holes give. I suppose we'll find out in a minute. Let's see. Slow, stupid, and delicious. Complex gills line the inside of the hole, drawing cold water in and emitting warm, oxygen-rich water in its place. Attracts symbiotes, which make the whole fish their home and fiercely ward off any approaching life form. Migrates more or less at random, feeding from nutrients deposited by the symbiotes. The Titan holefish has evolved entirely beyond basic survival mechanisms like speed, intelligence, or hunting. It exists in a semi-permanent state of unreflective calm, swimming forward on impulse, fully trusting the complex ecosystem supports it. Valuable oxygen source, if you can reach it. Yes, mockingbirds. That is the usual approach. I'll just use that right now.
I'm telling you, Sammy, you see some weird things when you spend half your day in a sea truck.
More vandalism? Was it the sea monkeys again?
I don't think so. I can't shake the feeling this planet is cursed.
There's no such thing as a curse.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's nothing. You wouldn't want to hear about it anyway. Just a huge creature frozen in ice.
What? Where?
In a cave, not far from your lab. And here's the extra weird part. As soon as I called it in, they closed off the area. Don't want anyone going in there.
But why?
Sammy, I'm no biologist, but I think there was something wrong with it. Its skin just seemed off. Alien.
An alien on planet 4546b. No.
I'm serious, Sam. Something ain't right. Wish I could show you, but I can't get back in there.
You can't. But I might know how to.
Whatever you're thinking, we never had this conversation.
Use beacons to mark traversed territory. Show or hide the signals of your choice with your Xenoworks PDA. Now with surface support.
Whoa! Works above the surface now. Check it out. Interesting. The game clearly wants me to go down. Oh, me too, Flippy Bob. That's a definite quality of life thing. Whoops. There's nothing here. I don't have anything equipped. Go away. Backtrack. Alright, so apparently I missed something in one of the boxes. Oh, right, yeah. A mineral detector. So far I like it, Sub-Zero.
New blueprint synthesized.
Well, as much as I hate to backtrack, I do think that's the smart move here. Interesting.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay. This really is becoming a Metroid game. They've got a freeze ray.
Oxygen.
Hey, Maverick. I'm actually really curious if they are, Chester Copperpot. Good news is I have a decent idea of where we are. It's pretty much straight west of the base. But I'm curious. I'm curious. No, now we need to say... Oh, God, please. Please don't let Metroids be in this game. Metroids are one of those interesting things. Like, some things are viscerally terrifying. Like Reapers, right? It's like, oh my god, it's big, it's loud. It's scary, and it's got a lot of teeth, and it's there to eat you. Visceral terrifying. Some things are intellectually terrifying. Like, you see it, and you know what it is and how it operates, and it's like... Oh. And that's Metroids. They don't look very intimidating. Those things... Those are apex predators on a galactic scale. So that's going to take some stuff I can make. That's going to take a battery, a copper. Yeah, the bacteria from the last game. Perfect example. Metroids... God, where do I start?
The Sea Glide is a personal transportation device used for high-speed freediving. Contains a built-in light and map.
Metroids can adapt wildly to a huge number of things and drain life from your body, leaving behind a desiccated husk. And when I say drain life, I mean... and you're dead. Seconds. Seconds. Like, at absolute most, it would take a Metroid maybe 2 or 3 seconds to kill you. And yeah, those are these little Metroids. They get bigger, and they get meaner. Metroid, I love the Metroid franchise. I always have, but at least part of why is because it's one of my favorite terror franchises. Okay, where are we at? Make some water. As usual, water continues to be a problem. Not anymore, Narset. Nom, nom, nom. I still think the Metroids are scarier than the X-Parasites, and not just because the Metroids are the natural predators of the X-Parasites. And by natural, I don't mean natural, but you know what I mean. That's a good question, Von Falkenstein. I figured maybe they'd be useful this time around. I don't know. There we go. Have some flares. Why do flares even exist? Alright, whatever. So I did want to do... So I've got water. What else can I make right now? I don't think anything, really. Oh, no. I wanted to make the mineral detector. So one more battery and one more copper. Thingy. Two more ribbon plants. I can do that. I saw that I can make buoys, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm going to poke down briefly into what is clearly the outer reaches of hell. I'm now going to leave what is clearly the outer reaches of hell.
That sounds like a distress call.
That is straight up SOS.
Unknown origin. Source of transmission depth calculated at approximately 200 meters.
Like that is SOS. ... dash 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 ... I don't know much Morse, but I know SOS. I mean, there's a reason it's considered such a universal thing. Hey, I found it. This is the one I was looking for earlier. Unfortunately, it's a Sea Glide fragment, but whatever. Yeah, 200 down. That's not happening. Let's go this way. I mean, don't get me off on the topic of standardization, because I got opinions on standardization. But I do think that some things should remain universal, specifically so that they retain their clarity. It's one of the reasons why, to this day, I refer to certain acts as base delta 0. And, of course, it's why I like the fact that we still use SOS. Because there is one definition of SOS, and it's always the same, it always applies, and yeah, it's extremely simple to telegraph. ... dash 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 ... No, I am anti-homogenization, Judo Joker. I am pro-standardization. The two are quite different. A USB is standardization. Every USB port in the world being made by the same company to do the exact same thing, that's homogenization. Easiest way to explain that. Yeah, I also tend to be anti-monopolization. But even monopolization can actually be a good thing under the right circumstances. Oop, oop. Thunderbolt? Ugh, nobody likes Ross. Yeah, I mean, utilities, right? Utilities probably should be a monopoly so that we have standardization, so we have the ability for a universal presentation of basic human needs. Water and, you know.
Picked up what sounds like a distress call. Who or what is out here calling for help? It didn't sound human. Maybe it's from a remnant of architect technology. In her message, Sam's colleague did say there was something important here. Even if it's just a mimic from one of the more intelligent aquatic specimens, that could be a major find. Or if it's from Alterra, it could have bearing on what happened to Sam. I should definitely check it out.
Ahem. Exactly, Blade Traval. Enron and Texas are two excellent examples.
Can sniff out raw materials, potentially saving you hundreds of hours of searching.
Which is exactly why some, I keep stressing that word, some monopolies are and can be a good thing. I do. I deliberately haven't been playing it. Oh, that's interesting. What's its range? It's Sacred King. Crap! Hi, Sacred King. I wasn't doing anything. Does not list a range. Thank you, Sacred King. As a reminder, you can put that towards up to 2 more things if you'd like to under the current plural system. You don't have to, but you're welcome to. Yeah, don't actually tell me. If I really wanted to know, I could probably Google it. 54 months. How long have I been doing this job? And I'm going to be doing it for 54 more. Then I'm going to take over the world. Foolish choice. You got it. Thank you, Sacred King. Yeah, I like this thing. I still prefer the scanner, but I mean, the scanner's higher tier. Does that make sense? Oh, I got turned around there. Jesus. So what it's doing is, right now there's nothing in range. It looks like the range is actually really short. I'm going to put that away so that monkey goes away. Go away, monkey. Nobody likes you. I'll cut you. I'll cut you. Get away. Get away. Ahem. Once something's in range, like right now it's just searching. I would honestly estimate this thing probably has a range of maybe 10 meters, 20. Like, it's pretty short. If what I saw earlier. Yep, like right there. So, see that green dot? It might be hard to see on stream. But if it's relative to me. You can see the little mini compass on the item.
Oxygen.
Hang on. We can just determine the range right now. And it's pointing me towards some... Ah, there it is. Mobile vehicle can bear fragment. Okay, so we're actually not going to scan this. What we're going to do is we're going to figure out how far away this thing is. That looks like about 30 meters, actually. So a little bit further outside, but you can see it. Like, that's the distance right there. That's the radius. Yeah, there's another piece right over there, which I'll get in a second. Had to adjust based on the second piece.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Looks like it has no depth indicators that I can tell at all. Still helpful. Not complaining.
Hey, Robin. I really need someone to know. I'm afraid something terrible is gonna happen. You were completely right about Altera, okay? You were right. I was wrong. The cat should be called Potato. I admit it. Sorry. Bad attempt at a joke. I don't know what to do. I guess I should just come out and say it at this point. I've said this much already. We found a frozen Leviathan that's infected with Kara. Altera thinks they can use it for something. Weapons, experimental treatments, a whole range of things. But one end of the range is ugly, dangerous, but profitable, of course. What if it gets out while we're messing around with it? Or worse, what if it ends up a bioweapon in the wrong hands? I hope I'm overreacting, but I don't think I am. Anyway, message me back, please. Could really use a friend. You're my sister. I love you.
And let that be our tone setter.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Well, Evo, that's a good question. I think we just heard the premise and the goal of this game, Evo. So, good person to use a bioweapon? I wouldn't use a bioweapon. And I don't think there's anybody I trust as much as myself when it comes to ethical stuff. So, yeah. I guess that answers you. Yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna scooch a little bit here. I mean, bioweapons can go so wrong in so many ways for so many reasons. There we go. There's the ports. Damn it, Chester Copperbot. I knew it! We'll make billions by infecting the world and then selling stuff to them. Wait, the wind can change? Flygand? What? What? Yeah, no kidding, Dark Prince Revan. Let's see. I need to come up with some ethical reason to use this horribly evil bioweapon on people. We haven't saved yet. Let's save. Perfect. We'll kill off every human everywhere, and that way we can all actually play The Division. The Division's a good game, right? People would like that. Of course. And those still hurt. Doesn't even leave sulfur this time. I hate those goddamn fish. And And I've just lost a lot of time thanks to that. So let's see if we can find an oxygen plant, shall we? Okay, we're not going to hit it just yet, because we have one now. Ken has...
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Are we full? No, it's just... not letting me loot the titanium for some reason. That's weird. There we go.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh my god. Nag, nag, nag. Could you not? Could you not? Thanks, thanks, appreciate that. Thing. Anyone else getting Mass Effect vibes from the music? Oh, hang on, we got to do the dolphin test. Oh wow, can't do that all in this thing. I guess that's our goal. Yep. Yeah, we are literally playing as Ashley. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that. We are metaphorically, jokingly? We're totes playing as Ashley. There we go. Spiritually. Oh, that's a good way. We're spiritually playing as Ashley. Yeah, it's just her. It's just her. Haven't we already made a glass? We have already made glass. Because this takes glass. Hey, Sail there.
Delta Station. This is the place Lil mentioned in her message.
I don't know what we keep hearing in the distance. Surely there's something out there, right? I don't see a waypoint, so I'm going to assume it's just... Well, no, hang on. There's Delta Station Dock. It just gave me that. Oh, I'm totally going to, Grayson Horse. But foist. I need a copper wire. Then I'm going to kill Krezler. There we go. Krezler's dead. Whew. There's a bunch of flares here for some reason.
New creature discovered.
I mean, the first game kind of had that in the form of the timer with the ship. And once you did enough stuff with the ship and the radio, it would kind of push you in directions. But that was fairly natural. Like, the ship was going to explode after a while, and the radio messages come in after a while. This is just like, oh my god, there's this place. How do I know there's that place? What's going on with this thing? Why is it saying there's a place? Anyways, I need coral, which I haven't actually found yet. Oh, so you can. Sure, of course, Aldir. I feel vaguely weirded out that you feel the need to ask, but I'll just accept that as a politeness thing. I have expressed interest, sir. See you around, History Maker. Have a good one. Yeah, the surface in this game is just... Like, in the first game, if you remember, the first time I ever streamed Subnautica, the first time I found an island, it was like, oh, thank God, land, surface, oh, it's safe, it's clean, it's safe. Everything's amazing forever. And this game, it's been more like, oh God, I need to get back underwater. Holy crap. Oh God, what's going on up top right now? Let's go look. Oh, Jesus Christ. Back down, back down. Bit of a difference in tone.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining. Oxygen.
Daytime, please. Did you know one of the things you could change is how long day and night last? You also notice that by default, day is, I think it's 15 and night is 10, or 5, excuse me. Which is the correct ratio. I've actually complained about that in some other games. Grounded, that I could mention. Where day and night are the same period of time, and it's like, oh. Nighttime sucks. Unless it's actually specifically a game mechanic, like a Minecraft, there's not a lot of benefit for nighttime being what it is. Interesting. Yeah, it's cold up here. What else we can scan?
Dangerous weather approaching.
Yeah,
Seek
yeah,
shelter.
yeah. Looks like that safety cage definitely worked. Definitely did its job. I mean, obviously, there's some exceptions to that. There are some games where nighttime should be longer. Or you know, there's, again, it has to do with what they do with it, like the type of gameplay they use it for.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen.
Remember when I decided not to go back down into the depths of hell there? I'm guessing that was a good move. Oh yeah, like in Resident Evil 2, the whole game is set at one night. Sorry, that's a bit of a joke. Oh cut, I got turned around. Hey, Savicom. You missed it. You weren't there for Subnautica, so we never made the coffee station. Yeah, and Arkham Knight, where the night just lasts forever. And Arkham City, and Arkham Asylum. In Asylum, it made sense. Asylum felt like one night. City, not so much. Night felt like a week. Yeah, Gotham doesn't have daytime anymore. Believe it or not, it's exactly what it sounds like, Krenzler. It's the only thing I'm missing. And I cannot seem to find any anywhere nearby. I'll try over by this thing. City is supposed to take place over, like, I think it's 13 hours. Or 10 hours, excuse me, 10 hours. Because you'll hear him counting down, right? To Protocol 10 or whatever. Oh, the vegetation, Evo. Thousands, trillions. I'll leave it up to your disposition. No, I was joking. Okay. It's almost daytime, at least. I mean, the fact that I'm not even finding table coral is actually a little bit worrisome, so... Alright, let's go back to hell. 5 minutes in, we've already found hell. It should sell here. Yep, the deep, twisty bridges, aka hell. Most terrifying place in the entire game. Nothing in this game is more terrifying than that. I mean, Night, that is to say, Arkham Knight, is probably the funniest example of a game that takes place over one night. It's like, really? Really? God damn it, Judo Joker. The twisty things are made of death. They are concentrated death. Designed to destroy. Okay, so let's dump off basically everything. Much as we can. We still can't build a lot. Like, we're weirdly limited to how much we can build at the moment. So, yeah, that's kind of it right there. Let's do it. Let's go down. Hang on, save. Yeah, let's go down into the helliest hell zone in the entire game. 5 feet away from the starter zone. Would that be a trip? Someone earlier was mentioning like a reverse Subnautica. That would be messed up, wouldn't it? Like, imagine you start off in just the worst zone. That's table coral, by the way. And you have to make your way up to the shallows. Yeah, it was ice. There we go. Let's see. I remembered. We need another one of those. Don't mind me, officer.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
That's true. Hell was directly below where we started in Subnautica. God, that white glare is just disorienting as I'm like, am I approaching the surface? Well, I mean, I am literally more limited, Evo. We can't even build yet. But if that's a good or a bad thing is debatable. Okay, so we got our coral. We now have a computer chip. I don't remember what we wanted the computer chip for. We've got it. Oh, right, it was that. Listen, Crazy Norse, it's literal hell. Literally hell. Giant trunks of evil. I mean, look, Cthulhu clearly lives here. You know what? I agree with Zeiss. This whole freaking planet is hell. So, what can we make? Literally nothing. What was that? See that? Is this the one I've already been at? Yeah, okay, that's the one I already did. Well, now that it's daytime, I feel a little bit safer going out into the place where there was large, scary screaming. For certain definitions of safe. So now we're in the... So we've left the twisty zone. And the deep twisty zone. Now we're in the sulfur zone. Oh god, it totally is Pillars of Snow.
Oxygen.
Yeah, I'm going. We'll figure out what that thing over there is in a minute. Okay, that's just target there. Yeah, do you see the crab monster over there? Rock Puncher. Attracted to glow larvae. Hardened chitin claws. Known to attack larger creatures which threaten its territory. Perfectly adapted to cave environments. 6 legs adhere to walls and can propel at short distances through the water. Heavily armored, vulnerable only to Leviathan-class predators. Avoid or redirect with food. Weather's actually nice for once. Which I suppose is sad, but this is about as nice as the weather's been this whole time, so I stand by it. Land beacon. We're not even that far from the shore we crash landed on. Oh yeah, I need to go back up there at some point. Coffee machine. We can make coffee at some point. Damn, we have lost half of our freezing just scanning some basic stuff.
Fred, I'm not blaming you. But what do you mean it's gone? Where did it go? You found some trouble somewhere in the deep twisty bridges and decided to jettison modules?
Yeah, I had to jettison a module. I got free, went back for it. It was just gone.
And you think someone stole it?
Or something. I didn't lose it, that's for sure. I'm careful with my tools.
I'm sure you are, but you have to admit there have been a lot of sea truck accidents, and they're rather expensive.
You wanna follow me on a few runs tomorrow? See what it's like? Conditions are way harsher than anything I ever imagined. I don't know if you could really understand it from inside your base.
That won't be necessary. Thanks for your time. I'll write it up as an accident.
You know, one thing I really don't miss about working on my own? That, but also corporate politics. Notice it's already not good weather. If I knew the answer to that, Shinizaga, I probably wouldn't be scared of it. Although that's not true. I was still scared of Reapers my entire recent playthrough, so... I mean, other than the cylindrical flask, which I'm not even sure there's a reason to pick up. A particularly useless glass container. Let's just drop that. What exactly did I miss? Oh, apparently the bench. Leave the beacon for now.
Is a recorded message. If you can hear this, you're trespassing. If you know it's good for you, you'll get the hell out of here.
Crystalline sulfur. Yeah, this might actually be a good thing in this one case, because temperature. So, guys, I really don't want to remind you of the no backseating rule. Just pull it back a little bit. I get it. We're all excited. I'm excited too. I've been looking forward to this for literal years. This run has been funded for longer than our current funding system has existed. No, it's just been a common thing in general. Very Norse. What the hell are those? Oh, those are interesting. Lots of space, but they don't deteriorate. Heat flowers. That's actually a good idea. Let's go try that. Yeah, we've got heat pockets. We have air pockets and we have heat pockets. I like it. Yeah, I don't think I like that look. I'm not sure why. It's the vibe I get. But yeah, that means there's actual gameplay to exploring the surface other than just doing it. I can loot snow. Grab some sulfur while I'm here. Okay. So let's start heading up, I think. Did I already go down there? I don't think I did, actually. Yeah, no, it's pretty cold. I don't know what the actual temperature is, and I'm not sure I want to. Telling you. We need to get our multiplayer going on. Come on. Yeah. We're doing okay on space. Let's just go away. Well, your screen starts to freeze over, Evo. Which, of course, I can tell you because I've already seen that. Emmanuel gave me this jailbroken scanner tool thing and said, I need more shower heads. This should lead you to necessary minerals. What? He also told me to keep it on the down low. I guess this is what a master's certificate in applied geology gets you these days. A job as a glorified construction worker. I should have studied interstellar law like Dad said. I have to hand it to Emmanuel, though. I don't know what he did at the scanner, but it does a great job at zeroing in on specific minerals. Better than I hoped. It's better than hoping, excuse me, I stumble across the right outcroppings. Yeah, you'll notice that even if we hadn't gotten the scanner from going towards the Delta beacon, or sorry, the other beacon, the emergency cache beacon, we get the scanner for coming to.
Stop right there, Altera. You're out of bounds.
I'm not with Altera.
Then your position is doubly precarious.
What do you mean?
If you're telling the truth, you're out of your mind. If you're lying, there'll be hell to pay.
Wait! Who are you?
Stay off my land.
The woman in the exosuit has been traced as far as my technology will allow.
It would appear I'm far less alone on this planet than I had anticipated.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Thanks, but, we got a couple other things going on right now.
Tower maintenance log. Okay, this time the birds have really done it. I don't know what they've been eating, but it's corrosive when it comes out the other end. I'm gonna need to rewire. I'm short an element to fabricate the right cable. I remember seeing some when I did that dive to the old ship. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can get some more. That should fix it. Maintenance status, in progress.
And now I can't see because it's nighttime. This is my planet, Crazy Norse. But I'm not playing previous me anymore. I've switched me's. So now we're trespassing on, ironically, my land.
Cushy setup. Must belong to one of those higher-uppers.
Bit of a flashing lights warning, Jesus. Well, here's some base stuff. That's nice. Oh, hey, here's the CEO dude we saw earlier. Looks like a douche, doesn't he? Human Resources and Communications Liaison. Yep, he's the douche. His personality is E5A401C5N1. I don't even know what direction to take that joke. We're just gonna leave that. Watch, I turn around, he's like, what are you doing in my room? I'm just scanning it. Executive toy. Is that... We used to have a joke back in the day. The way it worked was, it was an office joke back in corporate land. The idea was only two kind of people ever had these things on their desks. People who were desperately wanting other people to think that they are smarter than they are. Or people who were so stupid, so vacuous of a personality, and had such an empty, meaningless job, that they would just sit here and stare at this thing for hours. I am absolutely going to put one on my base and stare on it for hours. Just going to get all this blueprinty stuff here. Can't even see what that poster is. Focus. Oh, yeah, it looks like... Yep. Glass still prevents light from going through it. Good to know. Come on.
David, you'll be happy to know the Frost Pack is making excellent progress. I must say, my management style appears to be uniquely well-suited to isolated planets. I miss you, of course, but I wonder if you feel it too. As great as we are together, we're almost better apart. Just look at how well Prosperina did in her last show. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to see it, but I'm sure if I'd been around, I'd only have made her nervous. Once this mission is over, I'll come home for a few good months. And then, what do you think if we look at reorganizing our expectations to facilitate longer-term separation success? I really think this could be a great model for us going forward, romantically and otherwise. Don't forget, I love you from the depths of my heart. Keep on succeeding in your projects. You know there's nothing I find more attractive.
Douche confirmed. Oh.
Good morning, Frostpack. Just a quick update to inform you of some key achievements and priority shifts we need you all to get behind. The Spy Pangling project was a resounding success. Please join me in congratulating Samantha IU, who is now reassigned to Outpost Zero, helping us dream of future initiatives. Congratulations are also in order for Danielle Valenti and her team at Omega Lab. The closing of Phi Robotics means important funds can be redirected to their Kara bacteria study, which has important, positive implications for the life sciences. You're all doing an exceptional job, and I don't want to promise anything, but HQ has been taking notice. Keep up the good work, and I think we can start discussing bonuses soon.
Start
Sam really
discussing.
got under management skin. I didn't know she had it in her.
Yeah, so here's our map. Unfortunately, it's actually smaller than I was expecting, but... So there's the radar. There's us. I believe that over there is where we crashed. Or actually, more like over there. Can I... I can't. Okay. Oh, hang on. So... So this is going to be the Kara thing, the Omega Lab, obviously. And yeah, that's a decent chunk of stuff on land. Maybe? I don't know.
A map will come in handy. I should be able to find my way to Phi Robotics where Sam worked.
I mean, even if you don't know your Greek alphabet, that's mostly something you can deduce. So we know... Here, I'll pull it up. Or I won't. We know that there's a delta, which we're at. So we know this is delta, even if we don't know that's the delta symbol. We also know that there is a 0, an omega, and a phi. That's clearly 0, and that's clearly omega. So that's clearly phi, just by, you know, process of elimination. So even if you don't know your alphabet, you can figure it out.
For the last time, I'm not cheating.
Then what's your theory? What's going on?
If you ask me, Zeta's been blinking a lot. I think it's a tell.
He does have a point there.
It's allergies.
Allergies? Oh, is something in bloom in this frozen sector?
Thermal lilies. And if you gang up on me, I swear you're all fired.
You're not even my boss.
Oh, you're all so gullible. You're fighting each other. Meanwhile, look at Parvin. Just look at him.
What am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
Let's just take this to a vote. All those who think Zeta's allergies are a bad case of alienitis, say intruder.
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 Intruder. Danny?
Oh, I'm just an observer here.
I'm going to use my pass.
Is there some kind of scientist conspiracy going on here? Zeta, Sam, Danielle? You three are suddenly very aligned.
Or, like I said, Parvin is cheating.
I'm starting to wish I was cheating.
Seek fluid intake.
The new Sea Truck X12. Keep calm and truck on. I guess I can scan these. Wait, what? Oh. I like that ship right there. It looks very homeworld, which is probably why I like it.
Communications tower maintenance log. Another day, another slight by the winged furies. As usual, I got an interference alert. As usual, I went out to see what the problem was. As usual, it was frozen stalagmites of feathered bird excrement. I fear the career impact of saying this officially, if you can even call what I have a career. But I could swear they're targeting me personally. The week I was out with the flu, I came back to find the tower spotless. Parvin laughed at me when I asked him how he cleaned it. Silly me. As if Parvin would ever clean anything. There's nothing left for me to do but quit. But I know that's what the birds want me to do. Oh, and I got the tower up and running. Maintenance complete.
It is recommended all training be completed while towers in test mode. Test mode's fully functional, simulated version of live mode. While in test mode, all communication from the tower, including distress signals, security alerts, and spy transmissions, will be disabled. To initiate test mode, insert test override module to the diagnostic port as depicted on the diagram to the left. Which of course we don't have, but okay. Worthy of note. I don't have any kind of a timeline. Also, Eva, you can see there's that that frozen effect starting to show up on the outer edges there of the screen as we slowly freeze to death. Oh yeah, and the final tidbit. In case you didn't recognize you were at Delta, there's the Delta symbol. Whoops, wrong one. Actually, one.
Jenny, you wouldn't believe the adventure I'm having. It's just like when we were kids and we used to play Underwater City, only sea monsters aren't pretend, and I don't need to hide behind you when one swims by, because I'm safe in my sea truck. Safe and very, very brave. Please tell Dad for me. Thanks so much for the mustache kit, by the way. To be honest, I wasn't sure if it was a gag gift at first. Personal grooming is something of a challenge here, and as you know, I'm a pretty low-maintenance guy to begin with, but you'd be surprised how handy mustache wax is in an emergency. There have been some close scrapes. For a while there, someone was sabotaging my truck, and I thought I was seeing things. But my friend Sam helped me sort it out, although she's had some troubles of her own lately. To be honest, I get a little worried out here sometimes, but I guess that's normal under the circumstances. Gotta expect a little risk, right? I should be happy. I have great friends and a good paycheck. Anyway, love you, Jenny, and Dad. Please find a way to tell him that he won't find embarrassing. And don't worry, I'm looking for the perfect fish to bring back as a gift. Your favorite.
He's extremely dead. The end. I don't know. There's his favorite sky rays. That does not have a consistent hitbox. Holy crap. Oh, because they're partially going through the frickin' walls. There we go. Oh, they're all dead. Except for the woman who walked up to us and threatened to kill us earlier. She's alive. Hey, there's an auto move this time around. Holy crap. Not what I wanted, though. I think what killed them was space babies from Mars. Probably. Like, you think, oh, they're just babies, and then, ha! Dead. People don't even know what hit them. I notice resources in general are a little bit more scarce than they used to be. Probably on purpose. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank goodness, Mockingbirds. I can pick up all the gold now. Yeah, well, the inventory problem rears its ugly head again. Then again, we're still kind of an early game here, so... there it is. What? That was a builder, not a... Oh, okay. So now I can build a builder.
Synthesized.
There's one other thing I missed. Yep. Right there. There's the scanner room.
Integrating new PDA data.
And while we're here... I'm sorry, what? Hold up, what? We're apparently in range of ion cubes over here. Somewhere. Probably not in close range because of the whole, you know, having to be 30 meters from one thing. Whatever. I thought I did, Judo Joker. I'm still not building one. I'm only pointing it out because the very option to scan for an ion cube did not exist last time. No, I scanned it. Like, the last time I used this thing, ion cube wasn't on the menu. Literally. I don't know what the training thing is, but there's something we didn't interact with because I was listening to an audio log. Two active life forms detected. Human life forms. Unauthorized habitat construction and vehicular activity detected. Recommendation: observe and prepare for possible intervention. To think about. Let's see what falling damage is like. Not terrible. It did, Crazy Norse, but I couldn't scan it and I couldn't interact with it, so... We're just gonna pretend it never existed. So she's way over there. That's also down quite a ways. So that'll be our next objective after we've built up a little bit. That's true. Once we have the scanner room, everything will be fine. Yeah, where the hell do I build a base? That's actually a good question. If this is north, I guess I had to have crashed over by actually the point 0, which is funny when you think about it. I crashed surprisingly close to what is probably my ultimate destination. No, I remember Crazy Norse. Still, it'll be nice to have a picture. So let's do some juggling.
I should have guessed Altera would find a way to clip Sam's wings, like I knew they'd do to mine once they took over Xenoworks. I tried to warn her. She was stubborn, like me. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be so different from her. Scrappier, faster, less play by the rules. But Sam didn't tolerate Altera's corporate red tape any more than I did. She just tried to change it from the inside. I think in the end, we always wanted similar things.
Now she's extremely dead. Or worse. Probably worse, knowing this game. Or this franchise, rather. Well, I happen to have the silver on me. Yeah, does anybody who hasn't played this game have a suggestion for a base? Wow. Oh, I can't put the poster up. Sadness. Oh, whatever. I mean, we've already built a base in hell. Like yesterday, I think, at this point. In this setting, working for Altera. Be free. I need a lot of things, actually. Scan for diamonds now, too.
Oxygen.
Outer Worlds, Mockingburns. Good game. Even while I was playing it, people are like, oh man, this game totally sucks. And I don't know what they were smoking. I love that game. Granted, I had to edit the INI files at the very beginning of the playthrough because the game was making me severely nauseous. But, you know. Worlds. Yeah, it's really frustrating. I have actually reviewed both Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds. They have nothing to do with each other. Different genres, different developers, different everything. Completely different everything. But people confuse them so much that some people actually put money towards one when they meant to do the other, and vice versa. Both games got funding that was unintentional. What do I? Computer chip. Computer chip. Coral. Yeah, Worlds, like I said, was a very nauseating game. It leaned really heavily on blur and depth of field, like to an unacceptable extent. And again, edit the INI file, get rid of all that crap, works great. But obviously the game doesn't get credit for the fact that I had to go in and edit the goddamn files to change a toggle that should have been in the options menu. Base here. In the hellish nightmare storm.
Passing 100 meters.
Of the Arctic rays. I don't know, that sounds like the worst idea I've ever heard. Oh, whoops.
Oxygen.
Oh, I might not make that. Oh my god. Hey, it's a clear night. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Aurora finally found us. Aurora Borealis, at this part of the planet, at this time of day, localized entirely within this Arctic wasteland. I mean, it continues to be good design, Crazy Norse. I continue to praise. No, Judo Joe. Okay, let's make our chip. Let's make our base. What does that sound? Oh, that's just the thunder. Is it sad that I was like, oh, thank God, it's just thunder.
The blueprints to your databank.
Thank God, it's just a horrifying death storm which will kill me instantly.
You can construct sea bases from raw materials, advising against exploring a frozen water continent without a base. No bed, no storage, no place to put a fabricator module. No fun.
God, those storms move by fast, don't they? Here.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So I know this game added the ability to build in the air. Looks like we do have a bit of a height limit. Yep, physics be damned. That's always my name of the game. Just seeing what we got here. Gotta get the coffee machine. Oh, we can make a coffee machine right now. Oh, let's do it. Let's totally do it. Oh, we can't, because we can't get in. Right. I should make an entrance. Which requires quartz, which we actually have a lot of. It's just over here. Well, yeah, isn't that how you're supposed to play RTSs, Magister? Just... Construction complete. New construction options available. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Listen, there's nothing wrong with turtling. Okay, that's not true. Turtling is the devil. But it's cool. Everything's cool. Sea truck. I look forward to that. I mean, the Cyclops had a horn, but that doesn't say too much. Here's hoping, though. So, both to Maverick and to Crazy Norse, have you ever played Total Annihilation? Yeah, I know it's an oldie, but the reason I bring up Total Annihilation specifically is because it was the first strategy game I ever played where I had what I call the Builder Army. So the Builder Army, I would never make any units of any kind. I would make construction bots, which can make more advanced construction bots, which can make even more advanced construction bots, and eventually you'd get, like, just really, really good. You just have an army of constructors. What's the point? Well, when you have an army of constructors, they can build stuff very quickly. So, like, imagine just advancing on an enemy base by making a line of towers, lasers, artillery, that kind of stuff.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
And then moving forwards. And then moving forwards. And what's really funny, it was actually a lot harder to do than it sounds. It was not exactly a winning strategy, because it's really easy to break apart base defenses, as it arguably should be. It was a lot of fun. So that was fun. Should probably go here first. The best part is the really big artillery. In Total Annihilation, there was artillery which had the range of the map. I'm not actually joking. The range was just yes. All it required was a target. So what you do is you set up your super range artillery, and then you set up super long range radar. And you just target via the radar, and the artillery just... And you can actually win that way. I remember one particular match I was doing, and I was doing that strategy. And what I would do is I would just have the artillery auto-fire at anything it targeted, which was anything in the radar range. So I'm just going off and doing my other thing, and all of a sudden, you win! Because it happened to hit the enemy commander, which is the kill condition, is the win condition. Because the enemy commander apparently just decided to roam over, like, what's going on over here? An artillery shell from 15 miles that way showed up. I actually apologized to that guy for that, because I felt bad. What am I doing? I came here to do something specific. Right, that's what I was doing. Okay, so... Why? Just why, Maverick? Like, okay. I'm gonna be as absolutely polite and nice about this as I can. Force Commander is one of the worst RTSs I have ever played. Now, it's not the worst. But Force Commander is down there. Oh, man. Which, speaking as a strategy enthusiast and a Star Wars enthusiast, really pissed me off. I don't think I could get Force Commander to work. To be completely honest with you. I prefer not having to kill everything, Evo. But that's mostly because I've been playing RTSs for a long time, and I know exactly how aggravating, frustrating, boring, slow, and stupid it is to have to kill every unit and every building to win a map. At a certain point, you've won, and you're just sweeping very, very slowly and thoroughly to find the last thing. Most old RTS games had that victory condition, because it's really, really easy to program. What am I doing? Setting that to... Yeah, I do like getting a free beacon. You'll notice I decided to go and repurpose it. Okay.
Oxygen.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, apparently I've chosen a popular place to set my base at. I didn't do that on purpose, but it's probably a popular place for a reason. Star Wars Battleground. And that's my thoughts on that. Any questions?
Power restored. Welcome all primary systems online.
Oh, God, that was disorienting. It was just instantaneous. Look at that. Just boop. Teleport. Teleport. Oh, yeah, lockers. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Zas. I forgot. Shadow of Titanium. Okay, hang on. Yeah, Star Wars Battlegrounds was a cheap Age of Empires 2 skin. I was supremely disappointed by that. Now, whether that's good, bad, or in between, that's a little bit more malleable. But at the time, I was thinking if I wanted to play an Age of Empire 2 Star Wars reskin, I would do that, because I knew what the modding scene was, right? It's like, why am I... It was functional. It's better than Force Commander. It was incredibly unbalanced. It's really clear that the people who designed it didn't consider what would happen if you made an Age of Empires 2 game where everyone's an archer. Like this. Oof. Okay. check something here. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be there, would it? It would be here. Copper. As usual, I'm low on copper. Yeah, exactly, Maverick. Star Wars Galaxy, or goddamn. The Age of Empires clone was just, it was really basic, even by the time standards. Whoops, I should be paying attention where I'm going. Not super impressed. And it's really sad, because I myself have blasted Empire at War for not being that good of a game. But it is still the best one we got for a very long time. And how long? Well, we still haven't gotten better. To this very day.
Survival rate would be greatly enhanced with the construction of an underwater
Thanks, Mom.
vehicle.
Favorite fictional plague? Does Phazon count? It does not. That's a good question. Why can't I make a window? Why can't I make a window? Yeah. Apparently I'm stuck on Linux for the rest of the game. That's gonna suck. So, do I want to sit on Emmanuel's bed or Jeremiah's bed? What does the coffee machine... Oh, coffee machine... Oh, hang on. Wait, Savicom's gone. I can't make coffee. Look, nobody likes Fred's bed, okay? I mean, he is the rich douche, so he probably has the better bed. Okay, here we go. Getting some coffee going.
Ah, the sweet scent of dirty bean water.
I guess it's now making coffee? I don't know how that works. Also, could someone tell my AI to shut up, please? Alright, so. Oh, wow, that's really, really clear water right now. Jesus. I'll have plain water, thank you. I'm apparently just playing Frostpunk Underwater Edition. Hang on. No, I do. Okay. Now we grab the rest. Yeah, we can make the thermos right now, actually. Thermos. Oh, I am absolutely looking forward to Frostpunk, too. Oil Punk, or whatever it's going to be. Let's go resource hauling for a little bit. And let's get some copper. Going. Oh, nice, Crazy Norse. I hate you. I mean, it's nothing personal. I just kind of hate your guts, you know?
Oxygen.
Yeah, if it's not obvious, I kind of live off of bottled water. Although, in my defense, A, I only buy it on sale, and B, I primarily get it for the taste. And I know what you're thinking. Water tastes different? Actually, most people nowadays seem to understand that water actually does taste different. Oh, oh. Aw. Back in the day, I'd say that, and people would be like, huh? Yeah, I actually have a filter for my faucet. I think I showed that off during the hors d'oeuvres. But I mostly use that for cooking. Or tea. Just gonna store this snowball here, don't mind me. There we go. I mean, tell me that doesn't look like a homeworld ship. No, no, no. The water at Disneyland comes from the river tour ride. Okay. That just makes me feel gross. Okay, so let's... Jungle Cruise, that's the one. Wait, what? Did I not? I swear I just picked up a titanium. Whatever. I enjoy cooking, and maybe someday I'll even get back to it. Someday. You know, after I replace YouTube with QTube. What is this going to take? 2 silver, 2 copper, and a titanium. What's that? A device that generates sound waves? That sounds like a terrible idea. I'm sorry, this is apparently caffeine-free coffee. Anyways, 2 copper, 2 silver, titanium. Let's make that happen. So, 1 silver, 1 copper. That's my goal right now. It varies, Crazy Norse, but yes is the answer to your question. The regulation is light, so it varies. That's why I only get 2 different brands here, specifically. Like, don't get Dasani, for God's sakes, don't get Dasani. And anything that's trying to bill itself as like a really fancy, expensive bottled water, it's probably a ripoff. There's my copper. Yeah, Dasani is probably... I've actually tried pretty much all of the different bottled water brands, just for the hell of it. Just for fun. There's a couple that I actually do like that are overpriced, but good. But for the most part, yeah, Fiji's good, and I want to say Life is the other one?
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
God, I can't remember what it's called. Someone help me out here. It's got way too much color on the bottle. Is it Life? It's good. It's just overpriced. So that's like, you know, as stupid as that may sound, that's a treat. Something I don't get. It's like Perrier. Perrier is good, but overpriced. Actually, Pellegrino is my actual personal favorite there. So this is green. Oh yeah, Aquafina. That's another never get. Never get Aquafina. Never get Dasani. Silver. Both junk. I saw the PDA, I just... In simplicity, Zeiss, I want you to imagine someone somewhere just dumping tap water into a bottle and then selling it at like 100 times markup. Among other problems. Like, there are other problems with Dasani and Aquafina I don't want to get into right now, but let's just say they suck. Dude, Pellegrino is amazing. I love Pellegrino. It is actually my favorite seltzer water. It's just... It's a little pricey. You'd be surprised, Zeiss. Or maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know you, Zeiss. You don't know me. So now we fight to the death. I have seen that show, Crazy North, yes. I should probably go ahead and just make a fabricator here. I will charge you 2 coppers, Ice. There's no Trader Joe's around here. I haven't had Trader Joe's in a long time. My mother still gets it fairly frequently. Let's go get that PDA at least. That was this way. I gotta like retrace my steps here. So we came in. Oh, hang on. There's one of the coppers, Ice. I need my other copper. Where's my copper? Of course, now I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Never get Nestle. I mean, okay, you can do whatever you want. I would not recommend getting Nestle. Under any circumstances. Ever. Altera misplaces 1 kilometer capital ship Aurora. Galactic news, intergalactic perspective. Shouldn't that be intro? Contact has been lost with the Aurora some 18 months into its journey to install a phase gate in the Ariadne arm, report inside sources. Altera launched the Aurora to much fanfare almost 2 years ago, and recently announced the ship had arrived in the destination solar system. The Aurora has reportedly now missed more than 1 routine check-in. Asked for comment, a spokesperson for Altera said communication with ships outside a phase gate network can take weeks or months in ordinary circumstances and is commonly interrupted. The Aurora was in good... That's a lie, by the way. The Aurora was in good shape and had a schedule the last time they checked in. We have no reason to think anything has changed. Nonetheless, our sources emphasize that Altera cannot yet explain the loss of contact, and given the exceptional value of the ship and its mission, they are taking every possible measure to re-establish contact. Shareholders will be watching closely. Keen readers will remember, however, that Altera's network of directors have a history of leaking scare stories like this to the press, only for the Transgov to rebound with positive news against the odds. Directors' shareholding and dealings are, of course, not public information.
Seek fluid intake.
Really? Still need another copper. Where's my copper, Zeiss? It's my copper!
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen
There we
remaining.
go. Alright, you're off the hook. For now. Already thinking about turning off food and water.
Stabilizing.
Probably not a good sign. Damn it, sus. You're late on your payment. You know what that means. As I get my baseball bat, just kind of... We're gonna have a chat, Zeiss, you and I. About all that gold you owe me. How did that dungeon turn out, by the way? The one you were running. Or have you run it yet? Thank you, Zeiss. Yeah, you know, maybe I've just got a warped mentality or set of perspectives or whatever, but when I hear something like what Crazy North just said, my first thought is, really? Like, if a company refuses to do business at a place specifically because they have labor laws and, you know, legal restrictions for things like food, drink, and, you know, health and safety, and that's why you refuse to do business there? I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm just weird. Hello, Primarch. Okay, so let's toss in my spare battery, which I have over here. Honestly, let's go ahead and just get it. There we go. Wait, what's going on with Undertale? Nice, Zeiss. I take it they have failed a few checks. Glass. I think I have glass. It's not like you're actually organizing this time. Oops. Okay, so we put the thermos in. It's definitely there, trust me. It's an invisible thermos. It's brand new. These things are amazing. Oh my god, this is Underwater Tale.
Copy completed.
Now we have a thermos full of coffee. Now this is funny. It actually reduces our H2O by 2, but gives us 50 body heat. Really, Zeiss? Wow. So let's put that in there for right now. Those are charging, and will be for a minute. Let's solve food and water for a second. I mean, there are... So there's a mode called vegan or vegetarian mode, which does not allow you to eat animals. I'm not sure how you're supposed to survive, because I have yet to encounter a food source that isn't a nutrient block, which are finite, or an animal. I'm assuming there's something somewhere, if that's a frickin' toggle when you start a new game. Alright, it's off. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go hunt some delicious fish. Come here, delicious fish. Come here, that I might consume your delicious flesh. I am going to eat you, little one. Yes. There's apparently fruit on the island. Oh, I guess there was fruit on the island. Oh my god. That's terrible. So the fruit on the island, for those who are not aware, takes up 4 spaces per 1 fruit. It's just, god, that's the worst.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
And I will drain liquid through your organs. Hi, Tim. So far, and I mean this with total sincerity, I like this version better than the original. It does several things really smartly that I really enjoy. Now, unfortunately, I gotta have a chat with Krenzler here, so while we stare at these batteries slowly filling... Thank you, Krenzler. I mean, expansion effect is a real thing. It's also very common. Expansion effect is really common, but there is also... Kira White Noise came out with a term for this. I wrote it down. Hang on. Cash-in syndrome. Expansion effect and cash-in syndrome are both a thing, so it's not really a codified thing to determine what you're going to get. So, thank you, Krenzler. I will put that towards Tales of Berseria and Zestiria. And I do hope to see you in the future. I mean, I always do. Especially when you get me my lines. That's gonna... Give me my lines! Alright, so... I mean, in fairness, you did get me my lines, and then I was like, can you do this completely differently? So that's kind of on me. I don't know if I ever vocalized this. The reason I asked you to do that, in general, so Griswold says several lines of very key and critical exposition, and exposition, especially proper noun exposition, is something you want your actor to be very clear and concise on. You want to be able to hear what they're saying. And with the accent, there were several sections where I, who knew what you were saying, couldn't quite tell what it was. And it's like, okay, hang on. Could you do this normal like, please? And then you gave me the sample, and I was like, yeah, okay, that works a lot better. So that's why I wanted to emphasize that, because you did a good job with it. That wasn't the issue. Let's pull out the full one, so we can at least do this. I mean, that's a good rule of thumb in general. Several gaming companies I can name, excuse me, don't understand that you need to be clear and concise when it comes to getting certain information across to the viewers. And while having a nice, heavy, thick, localized accent is certainly fun for a lot of reasons, it does kind of get in the way of that. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, the beginning of FF13. If the person was talking kind of like this the entire time, talking about the fossé and the laissé, and the laissé gone with the fossé, up over it, and you're trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about the entire time. We have a head thing? Okay, so goals. Right now I've got the battery charging. And I've got the fabricator and I've got the battery charger. Those are two of my immediate goals. So why don't we go ahead and we'll call that good enough for right now so we can get going here. Just now, I actually want everything. I just want everything. I just want everything. So the first thing I want is that. I need a copper and a sample, and I think I've got... I think that's going to be not terrible. Let's go get a copper and a sample. I mean, that's my point, though, DJT. FF13 is already very impregnable just from a writing perspective with regards to its exposition and its information. And then you throw in the, that'll just be even worse. I can't wait to review FF13 someday because I think it won't score as badly as some people think. But at the same time, I think it's going to score pretty badly.
Warning, passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Fred, great to see you. Come on in. You don't mind if I record this, do you?
God, I hate that guy so much.
Am I in trouble?
No. You know me. Just a fanatic for details. And my memory's not what it used to be.
I know what that's like.
Yes. Is that why you've been running so many personal errands for your colleagues? We asked you to limit them.
So I am in trouble.
That's not how I want you to look at it. Here's what I see. You're a team player. You want to get the job done.
I think I have a pretty good record there.
You want people to like you.
Has anyone complained?
Fred, the trouble is, not everyone is as reliable as you are. Sometimes people need help being where they need to be and concentrating on their work.
All the trips were work-related.
It appears you transported tech for Lil, rather far out from her base.
Well, it needed to go deep, and she needed a sea truck.
Her work is currently on surface installations. She shouldn't be anywhere near the water.
No
more favors to friends, agreed?
Yes, sir.
I keep telling you. Call me Manu.
I hope he died horribly. God, I just hope he died horribly. Just in a fire, you know, screaming. I hope that guy died screaming. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Come on. There you go. I've only had one boss like him. And frankly, that was sufficient.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Of all things I'm having trouble with early on, oral tables is one of the biggest ones.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Oh no. Oh, no, Subnautica, no. So, okay. Okay. Let's assume you're working at Subway. I know, weird thought. I assume you work the front end. Now, I don't actually know how Subway's process works because I used to work at Arby's where we had to actually cook food and then serve it. So I don't know if it's different. But I just want you to imagine a moment. There's someone working the front end, someone working the back end. There's actually probably 3 people in the back end and 2 people in the front end. Bare minimum. There's also probably the manager there, okay? So that's your layout, okay? Now, in this circumstance, let's say that in the middle of a busy rush, someone on the back end ends up helping with expedition, which is to say when they actually get the order together, get it into the bag, nice and neat, and hand it to where it needs to go. Usually the manager, me, did that. But let's say someone on the back end started doing that to help out when they had a moment. Like, okay, I do this. Now let's say that I, manager, go to that person and say, so, Savacom. Now listen, I know that you're just, you like to be, you mind if I record this, by the way? Is that okay? Okay, you know me, I'm gonna come up with a bullcrap reason for it that has nothing to do with reality. Don't worry, you're not in trouble. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everyone likes a team player, right? And, oh God, why are you stabbing me, Subnautica? Oh. And that's how that would go. Any questions? Hated that guy. He wasn't even my boss. He wasn't a direct reporting line. He was the freaking sales 2 steps up. Sales exec. Where's my beetle stuff? Yeah, Savacom was always the real vampire here. What am I doing? Right, I'm making stuff. I'm making a scanner room. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's hope we have enough power for it. Spoilers, we don't. Right. Yeah, middle managers are usually worse than upper managers. The worst boss I ever had was a middle manager, and he's the one I call the PHB, and honestly, he can go directly to hell. Oh, I have nothing positive to say about that guy. Why does this not want to connect? PHB, it stands for pointy-haired boss. It's a Dilbert term. Why does this not want to connect? Oh, it'll connect over here? Oh, sure, sure. Oh, yeah, sure, screw it.
Oxygen.
God damn it, mother. Shut up. I'll die of oxygen deprivation if I have to. I'm gonna build this base, Mom. I'm gonna build the base and you can't stop me. It does not want me to do this. Look at this. It does not want to connect to that spot. Look at this. What the crap? Connect to that. To this right here. To this. Oh my God. Wait. Nope, that's still extremely wrong. Okay, fine. Whatever. See, I figured I could have input here and then output on the other side, but apparently I've got to have a triangle thing going on. There shouldn't be anything on that far end. I've specifically not built anything over here, like on that end, to help with that. Maybe it's... Oh, God, I'm going to laugh if it's the poster. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, I think it just does not want to aim that way. Double checking, like make sure. Yep, nope, it is this side right here. How can cupcakes be good? Is that allowed? Is that a thing? Yeah, no, it flat out will not go there. I have played Ragnarok Online. It exists. It's definitely a video game. I just usually don't encounter good cupcakes. That's really all that's coming from. I guess I have a spare. Which I'm okay with. I'll go ahead and have a spare. I'm not gonna be picky. You know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna be picky. Now, muffins, by contrast, I've had a lot of good muffins over the years. That's where it's at. Oh, I'm sorry, vulgarity. Pastries are my favorite dessert type. Yeah, no, see, I want to do that, and it's like, no, this is how this works. Whatever, I accept that. I accept. Just put it over here. Whatever. It's down to running. Where are we? Where are we at? Yeah, this way, this way. So surely you can connect here, right, game? Game? What? Okay, no, that's still an angle. Yep, that's the angle. Now connect, please.
A scanner room will allow you to survey the surrounding region for fragments and material resources like lithium or copper or titanium if you need help finding it. For whatever reason.
Magnetite, which we, as usual, do not have. Magnetite, magnetite, magnetite. I need a lot of magnetite for that. None nearby either. Some lithium nearby. Yeah. I'm sure Mr. Red will back me up on this, but speaking from the medical side of my family, you're supposed to take care of someone when they're getting better, right? Like, you ever been at home and you're sick and your mom or your dad or your big brother or sister, you know, takes care of you, makes sure you're comfortable, gives you good food, you know, makes sure that you're resting and getting plenty of fluids. Shouldn't that apply the same? No? Okay, that's cool. And you know what's really sad is you might think, oh, that's expensive. You'd be surprised how relatively cheap it is to get good food. It's not that big of a thing. That's pretty far down. Oh, you want fast food? Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna shoot you. It's an omelet gun. And it shoots out omelets. Okay, so we can at least do that. Go grab a gold. Yeah, just stick a cow in a cannon. Gold, lore. Don't know yet, Craziness. It's actually going to be my next thing I do. Because I don't know. Unpowered. Right, it's nighttime. That's going to be a problem.
Warning.
Exhibit A. Well, the good news is they actually gave us the bioreactor already. The bad news is that takes some stuff to make, which we don't have. Did we end up picking up? No, we did not. Okay. Cool. I mean, we don't have a grow thing. We have nothing to grow, for that matter, to really do a bioreactor. What am I hearing? What is that? Oh, okay, that's not like... Jeez, that scared me.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Power restored.
I wouldn't play Ragnarok Online again. Not if given a choice on the matter. I've played worse games, but I've got so many more things to do with my life right now than play Ragnarok Online. Yeah, it's the peepers. Hi. No, I still haven't figured out the distant roar. At some point I will. I'm not sure how happy about that I am, but that's gonna happen at some point. Well, that's a good question, Tim, but we're still in the safe area of this game. So it's kind of hard to judge the relative scary level based on that. I mean, I was pretty terrified of the safe zone back in 1, if you remember the first time I played. Okay, let's do this really quick. Let's drop off that. Yeah, sea monkeys are terrifying. Give me my sea glide back! Give me my sea glide back. Okay, so let's get this now that we can do that. The alpha peeper. Oh, God. Okay, let's scan for that. And then we need... I do want 2 more quartz. Do we have quartz right now? We actually do have quartz right now. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. Let's get a patch fix going on. To use my extensive Factorio terminology here. I'm not actually joking. There's real fixes, aka the solution is now solved. And then there's patch fixes, aka I don't have to think about this for about 5 minutes. In about 5 minutes, this is going to be a problem, but right now...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, and we are generating more than we're using, even despite the scanner. Perfect. Yeah, get a little WD-40 in there. Alright, we're good, we're good. We'll come back to it. That's the key part. You have to come back to it. That's the thing that... I don't want to get polemic, but that's the thing that real-life people tend to forget, is you need to have that return back to the problem, like, okay, now that we've dealt with the immediate problem, we need to deal with the long-term problem, right? I don't have the HUD upgrade. Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. That's not helpful. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get the water problem dealt with for a moment. Let's hope for some stuff. Copper's good. Need copper. Don't really need titanium, but yeah, you never know. I mean, this is admittedly a bit of a specific situation, but you know how good of a meal I can make with a tomato, some eggs, and some salt and pepper? Like, that's just the first thing that comes to my mind immediately. I'm not even talking about, like, really big bulk food you can make, like really good stews, which are also relatively cheap per pound. Or chili, another good thing. There's this myth that good eating is expensive, and I call it that a myth, because it freaking is. Now, obviously, there's debatable situations there and circumstances, and not everyone has access to the reason. But the point is, every time I hear
30 seconds of
a
oxygen remaining.
budget person say, "Oh, we can't afford to pay people, you know, can't afford to feed people good food." I look at them like, good eating out is expensive. That's absolutely true. No. Water. Come on, Laura. Now, don't mistake me. There is some stuff that's reasonably expensive. Like getting good cuts of meat, that's going to cost you. Fruit tends to be the other big thing. I think I've told you all, I tracked my personal expenses for a while in grocery bills. Meat was obviously the thing I spent the most money on. But the thing I spent the second most amount of money on was fruit. I know, right, Grunzer? Alright, so, that's done. So where are these damn things? Because I gotta do this manually. Saved in a while either. No, even though I get good bread, and I do, bread's not that expensive. Okay, so we're here. So it's literally straight down from there. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's ignore the giant storm ramming overhead that's going to kill us horribly. I do not... It doesn't come with cameras, you notice. This one doesn't start with cameras like the other, what they did in 1. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere down here. I think I see it, actually. Right there.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decrease.
On my application, I discovered I had severe galleophobia, which is fear of sharks. So imagine my surprise when I discovered the brute sharks here. There's a reason they didn't call them gentle sharks. Anyway, the research outpost is half finished. I scraped my leg on a broken piece of coral. The blood drew a brute shark and I couldn't build the rest fast enough. I used an air bladder to get the service. I dropped the builder to inside the base. If anyone makes it down there, they can have it. Some more coral. I should grab that on my way up. Hey, sea truck. I think that's our third. It is.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining. Oxygen.
Yep. There it is. I knew there was one. Okay.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Now we go up. Yeah, we don't have the oxygen problem solved enough to do that, Zeiss. There are oxygen plants, but no, that's a patch fix. I do like squirming. That's great. That's not true. I hate squirming. Never tickle me. It'll go badly. All right. So let's drop off the coral. Put a grab. So what did we just get? Plasteel. Synthetic fibers, which we don't even have access to any of that. And sea truck upgrades. Well, let's see what the sea truck takes, shall we? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. No, that's it. God damn it, mockingbirds. Yeah, it's in the highlight, don't worry. Inventory full? What? No, I want to join... I don't want to loot the thing. Come on, game. Okay, so that takes a lot. Ooh. That's all doable. But that's gonna take a minute. Alright, so we need 4 quartz. 4 quartz, 2 silver, and I'm not sure what else. I don't know, me ramming the Reaper might be that crazy horse. Okay, so do I have the quartz on me? I actually do. Let's go do that. Enameled glass requires lead and diamond. Ouch. And we don't have any silver at the moment, which I expected. It's going to dump off. Well, I need the lead. Dump off all this. I need 1 silver at the moment. I also need to make... That's easy. 2 batteries. So I need 4 ribbons. 4 ribbons, 2 copper, and a rubber. I think I have the rubber. I do have the rubber. And there's 1 ribbon. So I need 3 ribbons and 2 copper. 3 ribbons, 2 copper. 3 ribbons, 2 copper, 1 silver, actually. 3 ribbons, 2 copper, 1 silver. Here's my wish list. It's funny, we just did this because we were just playing the end of the previous game, which is all about this. I don't mind when it's the beginning of the game. One of these, I swear, had a thing. I'm wrong, obviously. Unless I just have it regrown. Regrown. Come on, Laura, you can talk. So I need 1 copper, 1 silver, 3 thingers.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Cooking was an optional elective when I was in high school, which I did actually take, and I think I've told this story before. I learned surprisingly little in. I mean, I learned a little bit about how to clean my hands, like proper hand sanitation. That's kind of it. Like, it was a really pathetic class. I'm rather disappointed in it. One of the first things we ever cooked was spaghetti. Now, I don't mean to sound negative, but spaghetti is extraordinarily easy to cook. Also kind of cheap while we're on the subject. One of the kids burnt their spaghetti. It wasn't edible at all. 2 copper. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you're literally learning how to cook at the very beginning, yeah, sure, go ahead and learn spaghetti, why not? But, like, I was kind of hoping to learn cooking. Like, all the crap I know now about what coordinates and coincides with what, things like texture, flavor palettes, all that stuff, that's just experience. Nobody taught me any of that crap. Because nobody offered it. I don't know in finance. You know how I know how to manage a budget? Because I've been doing it for years. They don't offer finance classes. There was a class in high school called entrepreneurship. Most worthless class I've ever taken. Didn't learn jack. I'll tell you the one thing I learned from entrepreneurship class. This is not a joke. You ready for this? How to properly annotate things like legal documents. That's it. The hell is that? Other than Nobeville. Population, not me. There they are. I knew there was some around here. Yeah, some of you may have heard me speak negatively about schooling. Part of the reason is because I really like to learn.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
What am I making? That thing. 2 batteries. You know what's funny is they never offered woodworking for me, Yura. I did go to shop, though. You know what I learned to make in shop? This is not a joke. Robots. Ironically, I learned more about programming in that class than I did about the programming classes I took in college. I mean, it's really fundamentally basic stuff. It's just setting up a string of commands, right? But understanding, you know, limits and what you can allow the program to do, what you can't, the structure of it. I don't know how else to explain it. The structure of explaining to a bot who knows and understands nothing how to do something was a new experience to me at the time. Like nowadays, obviously, it just sounds obvious and dumb, but at the time, it was like, oh, right, because it has no brain. It's not going to think about it. You can't just say, do this. You have to actually give very precise and specific instructions to move here, and that's also going to involve this tilting at this direction, and so on and so on. Yeah, exactly, DJT. Its only purpose in life was to pass the butter. I hate that show, by the way. The only reason I even know about that reference is my friends love that show. I need 1 copper. Most important thing I learned in high school. Ooh. That's tough, because despite the fact that I'm bashing it, I actually learned a lot in high school. I had the, and let's call it what it is, great fortune of going to a rich person's high school. I've talked about that before. I went to the high school that had a lot of rich parents who put their kids there, so we had a lot of programs. I learned television productions. I learned a decent amount of Spanish there. I learned a lot of theater, a lot of acting, a lot of directing, a lot of writing. I actually taught creative writing in that school. I, of course, took literally every art class, and then they invented a new one for me. Like, all of that was that same school. So I'm not sure if I could pick one thing. Exactly, Crazy Norse. You know what's really funny? I don't remember what they're called, but we were in the assisted living. We lived in assisted living because we were not rich. But by absolute coincidence, the assisted living apartment we lived in happened to be in that school district. So... when I say absolute coincidence, I mean... my mother specifically sought out that place to make sure I would go to the rich school. I think I've mentioned that before. When Mom was deciding where we moved for high school, she looked into where the best high schools were, and she moved based on that. So that was the determinator. So she moved into the poor place that happened to be in the district of the good school. The coincidence part is the fact that someone drew up the district lines so that a freaking assisted living apartment complex happened to be in the rich district.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yeah, no, it was a coincidental thing. I probably had one of the better high school experiences that was available to me, for good or for ill. Yes, Crazy Norse. I actually looked into it later because some of you may know when I was thinking about starting my political career, it was at that very school. And I had access to a huge wealth of information to decide to go into politics. I didn't go into politics. batting a 0 here. No, I never could have been president. For reasons I'm not going to detail right now. There are actually specific reasons. Like, it's not just a vague, oh, no. There's a very specific reason that would have never happened.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
You know what really sucks about gerrymandering? You ready for this? Because this is going to blow your mind. Gerrymandering is a good idea in some very specific circumstances. What I should actually probably explain there is making districts that seem off actually makes a lot of sense under certain circumstances. Like, you actually want to have, you know, like, there's a specific circumstance, it's in New Jersey, I want to say, and the district looks like this, and there's this tiny strip connecting, because the rule for it is a district has to have contiguous land connecting it. So there's this giant district over here, giant district over here, and this tiny strip connecting it along a highway. Now, in that specific case, that's actually a good thing. That actually connects two districts that have very, very similar economic status and cultural status. So put those people into one district, there you go. They all vote and rule on things that are relevant to both of them. But that's not really that's not really how gerrymandering tends to be used. That's the problem. I need to come up with a lorem for that. I think we're going to go ahead and call that... should we call it the hammer problem? Like, the problem isn't the hammer. The problem is who's using the hammer. That's the hammer problem. Unpowered. Well... dump in the food here really quick. It'll work for 5 seconds? Nope. Okay. Well, let's wait till daytime. That was a long wait. Okay. Should probably move this damn thing. Which I think we have the inventory to do. I agree with that too, Judo Joker. Although, if we're being honest, the House of Representatives is kind of a separate problem at this point. Like, I get what they were originally thinking with having a high house and a low house. It's not as valid as it was, you know, 200 years ago. Tell me about it, Tim. See you around, Mr. Red. This looks like a very safe place. We're not going to do it there. Just in case this thing plummets like a stone, we're going to put it, like, out over here. Yeah, this looks good. Very soon, Crazy Horse. I want to try this sucker out first. Sea truck. Looks pretty small. Which makes sense, it's a workhouse vehicle. God, look at this thing. Look at it. Okay, so we do have some upgrades. Obviously, we don't have any right now. 2 power cells for maintenance, and we can only enter through the front. Excuse me, and by the front, I mean the top. Yeah, I bet you... Oh, whoa! Oh, wow! So what I was about to say is I bet you this isn't as responsive as the Seamoth. Jesus. Why is that not working? What? Why is that on C? Why would that ever be on C? That's very confusing. Whatever. There we go. There's my full range of movement. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. And we're already running over fish. I kind of like this. Yeah, you notice the starting depth, though. 150. Ouch. Sorry. Wasn't paying attention. You can sort of dolphin hop. So I'm pretty sure that is further than 150 down. Best vehicle in a bad video game. The Nomad, Mass Effect Andromeda. Worst vehicle in a good video game. The Tractor Trailer, GTA 5. I do like this thing though. This is nice. Yeah. Of course, we don't have a moon pool or anything. Do we even have the pattern for a moon pool? No. Okay, but I think.
Welcome aboard.
I think. Yep. So we need diamonds. The plasteel. What do we need for plasteel? Lithium. So we need 2 lithium. And 2 lithium, 2 diamonds. Ouch. Not yet, Eva. No, I will absolutely do a thing probably tomorrow. We can name it and whatnot. Any diamonds in range? Speaking of which, what's the HUD require? Because I really need that upgrade. Magnetite. Which, obviously, I do not have access to yet. Two diamonds. 2 lithium. And I don't know where any of that is. So we're going to take it out for a bit of a spin. Briefly. Yeah, the Galena outcrop, we actually did show that off earlier. That's what gave lead, I want to say. I'd have to get to the top. Oh, that controls weirdly. Okay. Well, I don't remember, so I'm going to go find some really quick and then tell you. Galena is chance of lead. So. It feels a bit like a more responsive Seamoth. Like, I cannot put into words how tight this thing controls. It's actually great. It's probably not as fast as the Seamoth, at least not at the moment. I think it's hard to tell. It does take longer to get in and out of. So let's drop off that lead. Let's drop off a lot of things. before we go really diving here. Let's just drop off all of this. There we go. Really quick, while we're here thinking about it. Go ahead and replace. Okay. Save. What we got? As the saying goes, down then. It's definitely more maneuverable in terms of turning radius. I'm not sure if it's more maneuverable in terms of movement.
Warning. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Fancy. Whoops. Hello. That's probably where they put that tool. Not that I need it anymore, but you know what. Oh, no. High capacity O2 tank.
Blueprint synthesized.
Windows. Well, I've only got one vehicle so far, so it's hard to judge at the moment, Triaxia. There's another path to get some basic base stuff. I always love how there's multiple ways to get stuff in these games. That was true in the first game as well.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yep. We also don't have a power charger right now, so energy is a finite resource at the moment. We're already almost at crushing depth. What do we got down there?
Warning, maximum depth reached.
I know. I always need this, so while I'm here, I have such a hard time finding it. Listen, gameplay is king.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
And we're also at inefficient oxygen range because we don't have the mask upgrade yet. So that's also a problem. Where was the other thing I saw? There it is. Might just be another rock outcropping, which it is. Okay, cool. If nothing else, we now have a mobile oxygen base, and that's by itself something that's worthwhile. Yeah, so when you go below your crushing depth, because these games love their gradient difficulty, the ship starts taking damage. Bit by bit. Hello. Actually, you don't die, you just get ejected from the craft. Again, gradient difficulty. Rebreather. That's a good find. That's a very good find. Chance of silver while we're here. It's the first time we've ever seen alien technology be damaged. That's not a good sign. That's also the source of the SOS. You hear it? We'll put that in the later territory. We need more C to go down. We're gonna deal with that. Please don't eat me. I am made of metal and not very delicious. Sea truck fragment at 130 meters. Thanks, game. And another one. Hello, Morganite. Unfortunately, the main thing I was looking for... I can't remember the name of it right now. Magnetite? I did not find. I didn't even see a sign of. I did find the source of the SOS, though. So far, I'm loving it so far, Morganite. I know I haven't put any pluses and minuses up yet, but that's because I need to gather my thoughts and bake over a few from the first game over into this one. Look at my all my bases are just devolving into scanner bases. That's all I care about is the scanner. Maybe the moon pool. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of italicized thoughts. Okay. So, real quick, let's just see what these take. So the rebreather takes stuff I have, so I can make a rebreather right now. Ditto for the high oxygen tank. So that's going to be our first priority tomorrow morning. At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll get the rebreather, and we'll get the oxygen tank. And then we'll see what's going on with that SOS. Come out.